All right, my people, my people, my people. What's good, what's good? Welcome back to EMGM Sports. Once again, it's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. What we saying tonight? What we saying tonight? What we saying tonight? Who's the greatest? Who's greater? Who is greater? Terence Crawford or Floyd Mayweather? Who accomplished more? Obviously, Terence Crawford, he's still fighting, and he's not retired yet. Terence Crawford is not retired yet. Mayweather's been retired a very long time now. So we're going to talk today who is prime for prime. Who would have won? If Mayweather and Crawford were to get in a ring, prime for prime, who will come out on top? That's the big discussion here. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to come on. Listen, share the link, share it. Let's get a few more people in here. I know a lot of people that wanna discuss this topic because I've seen it online, man. It's doing the rounds. People are talking. People are saying a lot about this. Yo, how good is Crawford? Like, is it better than Mayweather? Did Mayweather take as much risks as Crawford? You know, I'm hearing a lot of that talk, but yeah, man. I was actually gonna drop a video on it. I was gonna do a video, but I thought, nah, that's doing a video is a bit long. Let's just do a live. Let's just go live. Let's speak to the people straight. Let's have a conversation with the people, them. So let's just wait a few more minutes. Let me see how many people come on the live, and then we're really gonna get into it. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Once I've got like 10, 15 people on the live, then yeah. Then we're gonna get started on it properly. But how's everyone been, man? How's everyone been? Here in the UK, starting to get a bit cold, I'm not gonna lie. It's starting to get a bit frosty. We're what? Still what? Mid-September? And it's starting to get cold, man. But I hope wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. Your families are good and everything. Yeah. Let me just wait for a few more people to jump on the live, and then we're really gonna start. By the way, if you're here, make sure you smash the likes as well. Smash the likes, my people. Just smash the likes. You're gonna help with the algorithm and everything like that. So smash the likes. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna give you another 3-4 minutes, and then we really get into it. But yeah, feel free, man. Drop your comments. I want to start reading out the comments, and then we're gonna take it from there. Let me check for other boxing news. Let me see what's been happening. Let me see any other news that's doing the rounds while we're waiting for people to jump on the live. David Benavidez will destroy Terence Crawford. That's what people are saying. People are saying David Benavidez will destroy Terence Crawford. The only thing with David Benavidez, yeah, that I will say, Tekiala Sheikh did tweet out that he wants to see. No, well, he didn't say wants to see, but Tekiala Sheikh tweeted out. He did ask the question, can David Benavidez still make 168? Listen, if David Benavidez was to be offered the Crawford fight, he will make 168. I'm sure about that. But can David Benavidez beat Terence Crawford? He's got the size. He's bigger than Canelo, taller, rangier, yeah, younger. He throws a lot of punches. Volume, he's got the volume. However, David Benavidez, he's wide open, man. His discipline is terrible. He's got terrible discipline. And if you're going up against a fighter like Bud, who is elite, yeah, Terence Crawford is elite. If you're gonna go up against him, yeah, and you're wide open like that, I've watched a few of David Benavidez' fights. Yeah? I'm not gonna say I'm his biggest fan and I follow all his fights. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna keep it real. But the fights that I've watched David Benavidez take, the fights I've watched, he's wide open. He's wide open for the counters. He's wide open. He gets hit too much, yeah. And if David Benavidez was to go in the ring against Terence Bud Crawford, mate, Crawford is so smart, yeah. His footwork and everything like that, it will be a problem for David Benavidez. I think for me, Benavidez is an easier fight for Terence Crawford than Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol stylistically is a much harder fight for Crawford than David Benavidez, because Dimitri Bivol, we know, he's got a footwork, he's got a hand speed, he closes the distance well, he's in and out, technically he's absolutely perfect. You know, the only thing with Bivol, he just lacks the knockout power. He hasn't got that one punch knockout power, you know, but he can definitely throw enough volume to the point where he bamboozles you and he hurts you. But Bivol hasn't got the power to knock someone out with one punch. So that will make that matchup between him and Crawford a tactical matchup. It will be technical. It will be technical, you know. But yeah, the footwork from Bivol will be a problem for Bud. And Bivol slightly taller as well, longer reach, etc. So yeah, that will be a problem. That will be a problem. But David Benavidez, mate, make that happen. If Turki Al-Sheikh is happy to throw money at it, if he wants to throw money at Crawford to fight David Benavidez, then yeah, make it happen. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, because I give Crawford I give him a 60% chance in that. It will be 60-40 to Crawford. What else is making the rounds? Rematch. Crawford versus Canelo rematch. Anyone want to see that? Let me know in the comments. Does anyone want to see Crawford versus Canelo, the rematch? I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I think it'll be a waste of time. I think that the only reason why Crawford will take that fight is because he's going to get the bag, innit? He made around 50 million or whatever for the first fight, including endorsements and everything. So I'm thinking a rematch with Canelo. Crawford is now the A side. He's got all the belts. He's going to make at least 90 million. So I can see Crawford taking a rematch just for the bag. In terms of a matchup and like the fight being competitive, I don't see what Canelo can do more that will change the outcome in a rematch. Like, I think Canelo is toast. Stylistically, Crawford is all wrong for Canelo anyway. Like, Canelo right now is flat-footed. He's not throwing combinations no more. Canelo is relying on planting his foot and then throwing power punches against someone who's so elite like Crawford. Yeah, you're not gonna catch him. It's not gonna happen. Canelo doesn't close the distance anymore. He's too slow, lethargic. Canelo, in terms of ability, Canelo just hasn't got what it takes anymore to defeat an elite fighter like Crawford, who's a mover, technically sound, ring IQ second to none. Like, nah, rematch, forget it. But I can see Crawford taking it just for the bag. But if that rematch was to happen with Canelo, Crawford beats him even easier. And you know what? Yeah, Crawford might actually TKO Canelo. He might even just TKO him, you know? You know what? Let's get started. Let's get started, man. So, Terence Bud Crawford, Mayweather. Who's greater? Who's accomplished more? Prime for prime. Who would win if these two guys were to have? Obviously, look, Mayweather's retired, whatever. They'll never fight. We'll never know. But if we're comparing them prime for prime, who's the better fighter? Who's accomplished more? Let me read some of the comments. Drop your comments, my people. Smash the like if you're here, if you're watching the live. Smash the like and and drop your comments. Let me read some of these comments here. Let's increase that. Yems talks boxing. What's up, Yems? Hope you're good, bro. Hope you're good. What are you saying? Yems say Terence has accomplished more. Wow. Terence has accomplished more. That's what Yems is saying. Look, I understand why people are saying Terence has accomplished more. I'm assuming people are talking about the undisputed, right? The fact that Crawford is undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, accomplishments, right? Because if we're talking about who's fought the most world champions, etc., then Mayweather has accomplished more than Crawford. But if we're talking undisputed, yeah, of course, undisputed. I mean, Floyd was never undisputed. Floyd was never undisputed. So when it comes to accomplishment, we need to be very specific when we say accomplishment. Like, which accomplishment? You know? Terence Crawford hasn't fought the level of competition that Floyd Money Mayweather has. I think we're all in agreement, right? If you look at the Hall of Famers and the amount of world champions that Floyd Money Mayweather has fought, Terence Crawford hasn't fought those caliber fighters. I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me just read that. I'm just going to read out a list of the fighters that Mayweather has taken on compared to Crawford. By the way, my people, if you're in the building, if you're watching the live, drop your comments. I'll read out your comments. Let's talk. Let's engage. That's what I've done the live, because everyone's talking about Crawford, Mayweather. All the comparison has begun. That's why I thought, you know what, let's just do a live. Let's just talk about it. So yeah, let's look at, I'm just going to pull up Mayweather. I'm just going to look at some of the guys that Mayweather's fought compared to Terence Crawford, yeah? Let's go to Floyd's box rec. I will share my screen. I'm still trying to learn about this new software. I will eventually get the software. I'm gonna get it, but I'm still working it out. I'll get better as the weeks and the days and weeks go on. Yeah, I'll get better. I promise, my people. Smash the likes as well. If you're in the building, hit the like. Smash the like, my people. You're really gonna help the channel with the algorithm. You're gonna help the channel to grow, man. Smash the likes, man. This is the best boxing channel in the world, man. Let me know if you agree or if you don't agree. Yeah, so Mayweather, yeah, 50-0. Mate, some of the fighters in there: Andre Berto, Manny Pacquiao, Marcos Maidana, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Robert Guerrero, Miguel Cotto, Victor Ortiz, Shane Mosley, Juan Manuel Marquez, Ricky Hatton, Oscar De La Hoya, Zab Judah, Arturo Gatti, what? Arturo Gatti. DeMarcus Corley. Yo, Demarcus Corley, that was a tough fight, man. I remember that. That Mayweather, yo, he won good. He actually performed well on that, but that was a tough fight. Castillo, the first Castillo fight for Mayweather, that was tough. The first Castillo fight for Mayweather, that was a tough fight. A lot of people actually say that Mayweather lost. People say Mayweather lost, but obviously in the second fight, Mayweather done way much better. Jesus Chavez, Diego Corrales. Man, look at some of the names in there, man. You got Oscar De La Hoya in there. Saul Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, Marcus Maidana, Shane Mosley, Ricky Hatton, Zab Judah. Mate, some of the names I've just read out, yeah. Like, if you look at Crawford's resume, he ain't got those names, man. Crawford ain't got those names, man. The biggest names that jump into mind for Crawford, it's Canelo, obviously. Canelo. You got Canelo, you got Errol Spence. But even with Errol Spence here, even with Crawford defeating Errol Spence, a lot of people still say, yo, Errol Spence, it wasn't the same Errol Spence. Like, it wasn't the Errol Spence before the accident. Something was off with Errol Spence. He just, after the accident, he was never the same. So some people still doubt Bud's accomplishment when it comes to beating those top guys. Even with Canelo, like I'm hearing it right now. And trust me, as a boxing analyst, yeah, as someone that breaks down boxing, I'm a coach myself, yeah. Trust me, I'm against people making excuses. Like, I'm against it. Like, people now say, yo, Canelo's washed. He's not in his prime. He's past it. Like, he's not all that. That's why Crawford beat him. Yes, two things can be right. You know, like, yes, Canelo is not the prime Canelo. You know, he's probably got a lot of mileage on the clock. Yeah, that's right. But at the same time, Crawford still went in there and absolutely schooled him. Yeah, this is my belief. I still believe that Canelo right now, the one that Crawford beat, he still washes away all the other guys at 168 pounds. Canelo still beats them. I think Canelo beats Hamza Shiraz, to be honest. I don't really rate Hamza Shiraz that much. I know he got that good win, knockout win against Berlanga, but Hamza Shiraz, I still need to see more, because against Carlos Adames at middleweight 160, man, he got outclassed, man. He was absolutely outclassed, man. He got outclassed by Adames, you know. But because the event was in Saudi, Riyadh season, Turkey Al Sheikh and them boys there, Hamza Shiraz, that's the golden boy. That's the guy that, you know, the Muslim fighter, they're trying to promote him, etc., etc. So they gave him the draw in it. But we all know Hamza Shiraz, he lost that fight. He lost the fight against Carlos Adames. It was never a draw. Never. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying, yo, Crawford be a washed-up Canelo. Nah, no, Crawford still went out there, got the win. Even against Errol Spence, yeah, Errol Spence wasn't the same after the accident. But before the fight, before Terence Crawford fought Errol Spence, in the build-up, a lot of people were making Errol Spence favorite for that fight. A lot of people were thinking, yo, Errol Spence would be too strong for Bud. That's what people were saying, innit? But then when he made it look easy, all of a sudden it was like, oh, yeah, Errol Spence and all that. Come on, let's stop that. Let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy, man. He's the same like Floyd as well. He's the same with Floyd. Floyd was just making fights look easy. He was smoking everyone, just outboxing them, outclassing them in the ring, making them look silly. All of a sudden, because Floyd beat them, oh, they're not all that. Mate, they are all that. It's only because Crawford and Floyd, Mayweather, these guys are so elite. They're so good at what they do. They just make it look easy, innit? It don't make the other fighters inferior. It don't make them shit. Do you know what I mean? Just because Floyd or Crawford beat them. Canelo's still an elite fighter. And Canelo's 35, he's probably going to carry on. He's probably got a few more fights in him as well. Still young. But what do you guys think, though? Let me know in the comments, though. Look at Floyd's resume. Go look at Floyd's resume. Some of the fighters that I've mentioned, some of the Hall of Famers, Zab Judah, Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton. Rest in peace, Ricky Hatton, by the way. I should have started with that. Rest in peace, Ricky Hatton. Absolute legend. Legend of British boxing. 46 years old. So young. Yeah, it's crazy. Life's too short, man. Ricky Hatton, yeah, just a nice guy. Wherever he went, if he was fighting in Vegas, you know he's taking 50,000 with him from the UK. That's Ricky Hatton, you know. He's a larger-than-life character. Yeah, RIP to Ricky Hatton. But yeah, Ricky Hatton, Floyd Mayweather fought him. Shane Mosley. Let's look at Crawford's resume now. Let me pull up his resume. Let's see some of the fighters Crawford's fought. Because we have to do resume for resume. It has to be resume for resume. Resume for resume. So Crawford is got on his resume, yeah. Saul Canelo Alvarez, Israel Madrimov, Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, that's a decent, yeah. Sean Porter, yeah, give him that. Kell Brook, but Kell Brook was washed, didn't it? Kell Brook after Golovkin, he was washed, he was done. Kell Brook he was done. Amir Khan again. By the time Bud fought Amir Khan, he was washed. Jose Benavidez Jr., David Benavidez' brother. Jeff Horn. Hey, listen, Jeff Horn, I think he came off a win over Pacquiao, innit? So he had a bit of a little buzz around him as well. So that was a good win. Felix Diaz. Like, if you go through Terence Crawford's resume, he hasn't got the Hall of Fame fighters or the world champions compared to Mayweather. He hasn't got it. We have to be fair on that. He hasn't got. So when it comes to the resume, Floyd Money Mayweather has a better resume than Terence Crawford. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? Yeah. Terence Bud Crawford has a better resume. Sorry, not Terence Bud Crawford. Floyd Money Mayweather has a better resume. His body of work, his resume, is superior to that of Terence Bud Crawford. Much, much more superior. There's way more Hall of Famers on it. And there's more world champions. There's more world champions on Floyd Mayweather's resume. So, when it comes to resume versus resume, Floyd Money Mayweather wins that debate. Floyd Money Mayweather has fought way more world champions, harder fights than Terence Bud Crawford. Now, some people might say, yo, Bud was chasing a lot of champions, but they were ducking him. Some people, that could be, you can give that to Crawford as well, because I do remember Crawford chasing a lot of the big names, but they didn't want to fight him, innit? So most of his career of Crawford has kind of been like in no man's land, because none of the big guys wanted to really fight him because it was too much risk, low reward. So that we can't really fault Bud for it. We can't really fault him. All right, let me read a few of the comments. Guys, if you're in the building, please smash the likes. Smash the likes. I'll really appreciate it. Godzilla 2005. How are you doing today, brother? And I think Terence Crawford is greater than Floyd Mayweather, and Terence beats Floyd, in my opinion, at their prime. Wow. So you think Terence beats Floyd, yeah? Crawford beats Floyd Mayweather in their prime. Man, that's a tough one, man. Because I hear you. I hear what people are saying, but Floyd in their prime. Man, listen, I think a lot of people remember Floyd Mayweather at his later fights, like when he got a bit older, after he broke his hand. If you watch Floyd, yeah, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, man, he was fast. He had everything, man. He was knocking people out. Pretty Boy Floyd was a serious problem. Like for me personally, that just my opinion. I think Pretty Boy Floyd. I think he beats Crawford, man. He beats Crawford. It's only after Mayweather, like he broke his hands, and he had brittle hands, so he kept breaking his hands. Because of that, had an operation, so he kind of had to adapt. He had to change his style, become a bit more defensive, so he can have a longer career. You know, so he can have a longer career. That is the only reason why Floyd Mayweather made that change. He had to adapt because he just kept breaking his hand. But even when he did change, it become a bit defensive. Become more defensive. He was still outclassing guys, man. Go watch the Ricky Hatton fight. Go watch the Guerrero fight. Go watch the Shane Mosley fight. Even the Shane Mosley fight, like when Mayweather nearly got knocked out in the second round, I believe, when Shane Mosley clipped him. I was watching that fight. Remember, I thought, whoa, Floyd is gone. Floyd is gone here. Do you know what I mean? Floyd is gone. He looked like he was gone, but then he recovered and absolutely schooled Shane Mosley. Absolutely schooled Shane Mosley. Go watch the Gotti fight. Go watch that. Go watch the Corrales fight. Like, man, Floyd Money Mayweather, man. Man, people sleep on him, man. Floyd was a beast. Pretty boy Floyd. He was a beast. But Crawford is special as well. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but I just feel like in terms of ring IQ, building up the data in the ring, I feel like Mayweather just had the best boxing brain. Like, he was just the best at that. And I feel like no matter what Bud would have brought to the ring, I think Mayweather would have just took that data on board, adjusted, and he'll beat Bud via points decision. Unanimous. That's just my opinion. I think prime for prime, I'll go Floyd, man. I'll go Floyd. Yems talks boxing. I think Mayweather would have edged you on points. Yeah, I'm the same. That's what I'm saying, Yems. I'm saying exactly the same thing. I think I agree with you. I think Floyd would have edged you on points as well. That's my opinion as well. I think Floyd would have edged you on points as well. Crawford is good, super elite, but prime for prime, I believe Floyd would have won that on points as well. It will be probably like by 2 rounds. It won't be like a whitewash or anything like that. 2 rounds. Floyd will get it by 2 rounds. Anton Patia. Floyd made beating Canelo look way more easier than what Bud did. Ooh. Mate. You know what? I hear what you're saying. It might be the same, you know. I think it's the same. Cause Bud, the thing about like, I feel like Mayweather, when Mayweather beat Canelo, Mayweather wasn't really taking too much risks. You know, Mayweather stayed a lot of the time stayed on the outside, got on the inside a few times. But if you watch Bud against Canelo, Crawford was not scared to engage at any time, like any point in that fight. He made Canelo give up. As I was watching that fight, and trust me, I've rewatched the fight like three or 4 times. I'm telling you, I'm being real. I keep watching it, yeah? And I think it was like the 10th round or the 11th round, one of those rounds, yeah? Crawford was piecing up Canelo, piecing him up, yeah? To the point where Canelo just was missing. Crawford hit him with a counter left or right, whatever it was. Canelo turned his head. He looked outside the ring and he just gave up. The look on Canelo's face, he just looked like he gave up. Like he looked like a man who had no answers for what was happening to him. He was done. He was absolutely done. He was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm not going to beat this guy. He's got my number. Like, Bud was that good. Crawford was so good last Saturday. He made Canelo mentally and physically. He quit. Canelo looked old in that ring. He looked out of ideas. So when you say Floyd beat Canelo easier than Crawford, I think it's the same. I think it's the same. Floyd also made Canelo look really silly in there. He was missing so much against Floyd. He was punching the air half the fight. I think it's equal. Both performances were lessons. You know, he's like a master teaching a student. Floyd did it to Canelo, and Bud, Terence Crawford, did it to Canelo as well. Like, both performances were equally of high status, you know, elite performances. All right, let's go. Swisher sleep. Floyd made the blueprint to beat Canelo. Don't forget that. Matter of fact, he made an entire blueprint for today's fighters. Floyd in a league of his own. I think the person that made the blueprint, the fighter that made the blueprint on how to beat Canelo is Lara. Lara fought Canelo. Canelo fought Lara before he fought Floyd, right? I'm sure of that. Let me check it out first. Give me a sec. Let me just go back to Canelo. I'm sure Arislanda Lara fought Canelo before Mayweather. Or was it after? Let me just double check. Mate, Canelo's been in the game so long. When did he fight Floyd Mayweather? Canelo fought Mayweather back in September 2013. My God. 12 years ago. Where's Lara? Oh, no, you're right. Nah, Swisher, my bad. My apologies, Swisher. Nah, you're right. Yes, you're right. Floyd Money Mayweather against Canelo was back in September 2013. Arislanda Lara against Canelo was in July 2014. So yeah, you're right, Swisher. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Floyd did set the blueprint on how to beat Canelo. You're right. You're absolutely right. Floyd did set the blueprint. You're right. Yeah, because that's the thing. Canelo struggles with boxes, pure boxes. If you can stick and move, jab, move around the ring, build lateral movement, you know what I mean? If you got good balance, you're a good counter puncher, and you're not scared to kind of hang around in the pocket and let your shots go, that will trouble Canelo. And that's exactly what Crawford did. Me as a coach, like I'm an amateur boxing coach, so I'm always learning. I'm watching so many fights. I'm learning because I come from MMA. I wasn't always like on the boxing thing. I come from MMA. And when I was doing MMA, my main strength was grappling, jiu-jitsu. That was my strength. So I was never really used to the striking, you know? It's only when I started having a few fights that I started focusing on my striking. But until then, I wasn't really on the striking. Then I moved on to boxing, started boxing a bit, focused more on the striking, becoming a coach. So even my mentor, you know, I've got a lot of coaches who mentor me, and I study the game so much. And one of the ways I keep studying the game is just watching tapes. And I was watching that Canelo versus Crawford fight on Saturday. Crawford in the pocket, oh man. When they go on the inside, the way that Crawford earned the respect of Canelo was on the inside, man. Was on the inside, in between the exchanges. Crawford wasn't just letting Canelo get in and not get punished. Every time Canelo came in, he was getting popped, shots to the body, shots up top. He was getting peppered. Crawford was letting him know, no, I'm here. I'm here. You're going to get punished for trying to get close, trying to come on the inside. You're going to get punished. There was never at any point in that fight that Crawford allowed Canelo to bully him, to smother him. In the center of the ring, when the distance was closed, man, Crawford was popping them shots, man. Combinations. Go watch that fight back. Beautiful sequence. I think go back to the 9th round. 9th round, around about 1.5 minutes. Beautiful combinations from Crawford. And that's when Canelo realized, damn, I'm in this ring with a special fighter. That's when Canelo realized, he's like, yo, I'm done. It's done. It's not happening. And Crawford ate all the big shots from Canelo. All the big shots from Canelo, Crawford ate them with ease. Crawford wasn't even bamboozled, though. He wasn't even like, I don't think he was even hurt. That's how I know. You know the people that say, yo, Crawford is a weight bully? I'm starting to believe them. Because how you started fighting at 135 or wherever it started, and you're that strong. Think about how many fighters has Canelo bullied and battered. Mate, let's look at Canelo's resume. Mate, Canelo ain't no joke. Mate, have you seen that? Canelo has slapped up way bigger fighters than Bud. But somehow he couldn't hurt Crawford. I mean, I think there was a moment where they came in close. There was on the ropes. They clinched. And Crawford actually grabbed Canelo and just turned him, spun him back onto the ropes. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I mean, even Kovalev, who's a light heavyweight, he didn't do that to Canelo. Kovalev couldn't do that to Canelo. Dimitri Bivol didn't physically bully Canelo. Dimitri Bivol, technically, he was so superior to Canelo, it just outboxed Canelo. But in terms of the physicality, Canelo was physically actually pushing Bivol around. But against Crawford, someone who's moved up 2 weight classes, Canelo couldn't bully him. Physically or mentally. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let me move on to the other comments. By the way, if you're in the building, please smash the likes, my people. Smash the likes. Don't forget to smash the likes. You're going to help the channel with the algorithm. Smash the likes. Drop your comments. Drop any questions as well. It doesn't have to be boxing. You can drop any questions as well. I'm happy to answer it. We've got another... How long have we been here? Yeah, we've got another 25 minutes. Another 25 minutes. So if you got any other questions, drop them, man. Let's talk. Let's talk, my people. Yams is back again. Canelo still has time left, but where is the ambition gonna be, man? He needs all the belt. Yeah, that is true, bro. Like, where does Canelo go from here? Where does Canelo go from? Because, like I said, I even dropped a video. You can go check it out. It's on my channel. I did ask the question, is it time for Canelo to retire? Is it time for Canelo to retire? Canelo's he's been a pro since 2015. He's been a pro. He's on 68 fights. He's on 68 fights. Even though Canelo's 35 years of age, he's not ordinary 35. That's why Crawford looked fresher in the ring. Even though Crawford is, 3 years older than Canelo. But in terms of the mileage on the clock, mate, Canelo's got like 20 more fights than Bud. He's got like 20 more fights. So for Canelo, you're right. Where is the ambition coming from for him to carry on? Who does Canelo fight next? If there's no belts on the line, who's out there for Canelo? When we think of Canelo, we think big pay-per-view numbers. We think titles on the line. What's Canelo? If there's no titles on the line, if there's no, what's Canelo fighting for? There's no point on Canelo. That's why I said there's no point on Canelo carrying on. I mean, he earned 150 million to fight Bud. Canelo's got crazy money. He can walk away right now. He's got 2-3 generations of his family secured. Canelo's sorted. He's sorted for life. His kids are sorted. His grandkids are sorted. If there's no jeopardy in a fight, why is Canelo carrying on? Who does Canelo fight right now that will generate interest from the public? Or that will do numbers? Hamza Shiraz? Why would Canelo fight Hamza Shiraz? For what? Just to give him an opportunity to fight a big name with nothing on the line. I don't think Canelo does that, man. There's more of a chance of Hamza Shiraz fighting Terence Crawford. I think that fight could make sense. Take Al Sheikh, they love Hamza Shiraz, man. That's their golden boy. Riyadh season, Hamza Shiraz, that is their golden boy. They'll throw money at that fight. They'll love the opportunity for Hamza Shiraz to go out there, beat Bud, and become undisputed. That would be crazy, you know. I think Hamza Shiraz more of a chance of fighting Terence Crawford than Canelo. Canelo, for me personally, if you're asking my personal opinion, retire. Either retire or rematch Terence Crawford. But like I said at the start of this live stream, I think Bud beats him even easier. Ferrari, what are you saying, my guy? If Bud has stopped him, yes, but he didn't, so no. Okay. So Ferreira basically saying that Mayweather is greater than Bud Crawford because Crawford did not stop Canelo. I get it. But you know what? Saying that, I do think that. By the way, keep dropping your comments. Don't be shy. Drop your comments. It doesn't have to be about Canelo either. Canelo or Crawford or Mayweather. You can ask other questions as well. I think we've established that in terms of the resume out of Mayweather and Crawford, if we're just looking at the resume, the body of work from both fighters, Mayweather's got a better resume. He's fought more world champions, more Hall of Famers, yeah? He's got the better names on his CV, Mayweather. In terms of, obviously, undisputed, Mayweather was never undisputed. He never unified. So, but Crawford he's got Floyd on that because Crawford is 3 times undisputed, 3 weight classes undisputed champion. Floyd was never that. So we give that to Crawford. But overall, I'm looking at body of work. I'm looking at prime for prime who would win if both fighters were to get in a ring, which we'll never know because obviously Floyd retired. He's nearly 50 years old, so they'll never fight. But I'm going for Mayweather, man. I'm going for Mayweather. For me personally, Mayweather is my GOAT. I have to be real. I'm 36 years of age, so I grew up watching Mayweather. A lot, like if you're my age, if you're 36, if you're under 50, yeah, if you're under 50 years old, I don't know how you put Muhammad Ali as the greatest fighter of all time on your list. Simply because we didn't watch Muhammad Ali, man. I wasn't even born. I mean, I'm from the Congo, Zaire. That's where Muhammad Ali and George Foreman fought. Like they put Africa on the map. They put my country, Congo, on the map, yeah. I think they fought like, I don't know, 70 something. I wasn't born until 1989. You know what I mean? I was born like 15, 20 years late or whatever. So I've seen Muhammad Ali's fights on TV. Obviously, Muhammad Ali is a larger than life character, the people's champ. People credit him with the black movement, civil rights movement in America. I get all that, and I respect it. I respect it. If you go Muhammad Ali as the greatest of all time, yeah. But you see me, when you're talking about the greatest of all time, I go with the fights that I've watched live. I go with the fights that I've seen with my eyes, that I've watched while I've been alive. So for me, the greatest fight that I've seen with my eyes, that I've watched, is Floyd Money Mayweather, man. It's Floyd, man. I have to put Floyd there. Lennox Lewis is in my top 5. Terence Bud Crawford is in my top 5. Terence Bud Crawford is in my top 5 fighters of all time. I've got a dilemma. I'm thinking, should I throw Usyk in there? Alexander Usyk. Should I throw Alexander Usyk in there? Usyk is close, man. I'm not going to lie. Usyk is close. He's close to being in my top 5, man. He's so special. But yeah, for now, I've got Floyd Money Mayweather. I've got Terence Bud Crawford. Lennox Lewis definitely is in there. Is in my top 5. The other two, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. But let me know. Pacquiao. Sorry, I'm forgetting. Manny Pacquiao is in my top 5. Manny Pacquiao is in my top 5. I put Manny Pacquiao is in my top 5. I don't know who number 5 is. I don't know. But I've got Floyd Money Mayweather, Terence Crawford, Lennox Lewis, and Manny Pacquiao. That's 4. I don't know who the 5th one is. I'm gonna have to think about it. Let me know in the comments who you got in your top 5. List your top 5. So in the comments, let's do this quick. Before we go, we've got another 20 minutes left. Before we go in the comments and type down your top 5 greatest fighters of all time. And also, what I want you to do is write your age on it. I want to see how old you are, yeah? Because what I want to determine is, was you alive while these fighters were active? That's what I want to determine. So go in the comments and do it. I'm going to read out a few of the comments. So you do that now. I'm going to catch up on some comments and then I'm going to come back and read your top 5s. Smash the likes, by the way. Smash the likes, please. Godzilla 2005. Who wins? Vasily Lomachenko versus Floyd at their prime? Oh, Floyd. Floyd's bigger, ain't it? Floyd. What's Lomachenko? Lomachenko 140? Yeah, nah. 135, 140 for Lomachenko, Loma? Nah, Floyd beats him, man. But Loma's footwork though, man. Damn. Man, Lomachenko, man, the footwork. And Lomachenko had like over 300, more than 300 amateur fights. Damn. Yeah, Lomachenko special, man. No disrespect to Lomachenko. Like I say this with all due respect. Godzilla, 2005, I got Floyd beating Lomachenko, man. I just feel like this. Yeah, Floyd was dynamic himself as well. Floyd would have figured him out eventually, but the movement, the side-to-side movement from Lomachenko is special. Lomachenko is just a gifted technician, man. Yeah. I've got Lomachenko in my top 15 greatest fighters of all time. He's in my top 15 for sure. He's in my top 15. Let's go to Ferrari. Floyd unified in every division, but wasn't undisputed. Was in the linear 05 division. Yeah. That's it. He was never undisputed. I don't think Floyd ever wanted to be undisputed. It wasn't his ambition. I think when Floyd got to a certain point in his career, I say like, after the Oscar De La Hoya fight, when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, I think after Oscar De La Hoya was Ricky Hatton, innit? So when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, I think Floyd was like, nah, this about the money, man. Do you know what I mean? Floyd was like, nah, fuck it. I don't care about nothing else. I do not give a F about nothing else. I just want to make the most money. I won not the easiest fights, but Floyd was like, yo, I'm going to get the fights that I'm going to win. I think I can win and make the most money. That was Floyd mentality after he made so much money from the Oscar De La Hoya fight. The pay-per-view numbers, I think he broke the record, whatever. He was like, nah, man. I'm just going to go for pay-per-view numbers and yeah, I'm just going to make as much money as possible. So he did not care about Undisputed and all that. It didn't really appeal to him. He wasn't a thing. Not as much as it is to Terence Crawford. All right. Guys, don't forget, I did ask in the comments, write down your top five greatest fighters of all time. Let's keep it boxing though. Let's keep it boxing. I know. I'm not including MMA or karate or nah. Let's keep just boxing. And don't forget, when you write down the names, put your age at the bottom as well, because I want to determine whether you actually watch these fighters while they were active. I want to determine that you're not just watching these guys after they've passed away or they're retired and then you're watching back clips and all that. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong with watching tapes and then making a decision that a certain fighter is in your top 10, top 5, whatever. Nothing wrong with that. I watch tapes all the time to learn as well. But I just list the fighters in my top 5 are fighters that I've witnessed. Like I've watched them live while they were active. Okay, so Godzilla 2005 is back again with another one. He says, what's your top 5, Godzilla? Alexander Usyk, Terence Crawford, Joseph Parker, Moses. Let me see. Let me read that again. So Godzilla 2005, he says Alexander Usyk, Terence Crawford, Joseph Parker, Moses. Do you mean, when you say Moses, do you mean Moses Ituma? It must be Moses Ituma, innit? That's what you mean, right? Yeah, Moses Ituma and Anthony Joshua. I'm 19. Okay, listen, Godzilla, that's fair enough. Godzilla. You know what I mean? You're 19 years old. That makes perfect sense, to be honest. If that's your top 5 of all time, makes sense. You're only 19. So I don't blame you at all. Alexander Usyk should be your GOAT. Because you've grown up watching Alexander Usyk. You've grown up watching Terence Crawford. You've grown up watching Joseph Parker. So yeah, I can't really say nothing about that. That's it. That's a good list, to be honest, for someone who's 19. That's actually a good list because for me, like I said, I've got Alexander Usyk in my top 10. Terence Crawford, I've got him in my top 5. Joseph Parker is an interesting one, though, isn't it? How many people will have Joseph Parker in their top 10, top 15, top 20? Let me ask this question actually. Where would you rank Joseph Parker? Where would you rank Joseph Parker? I wonder how many. Obviously, listen, if you're Samoan, if you're from down under, New Zealand, Australia, Samoa, Tonga, all them areas there, the Pacific, the South Pacific, yeah, Joseph Parker's got to be your GOAT, innit? Him and David Tua. Joseph Parker has to be up there in terms of the Pacific Islanders. He's one of the GOATs there. But I'm talking about worldwide. Where would people rank Joseph Parker? I like Joseph Parker. I'm a fan of Joseph Parker. I admire his work and the struggle that he's been through trying to win a world title again. But I think he's not in my top 10. Is he in my top 15? Probably not. But I do respect Joseph Parker. I really respect Joseph Parker. I'll put Joseph Parker in my top 25 fighters of all time. Joseph Parker is in my top 25. Because there's so many fighters, man. There's too many. All right, let me read a few more here. Ferrari. Mate, I don't know if you heard what I said, but who you got there? Bruce Lee. Oh, you're going for them karate guys. Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Floyd, Mighty Mouse, and Ali. Okay, you're 46 years old. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you're 46. You're 10 years older than me. Yeah, you probably watched everyone fight, innit? Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee. Hey, Bruce Lee. Hey, listen. When it comes to, because I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 90s. Bruce Lee, oh man, legend. Enter the Dragon. That movie changed my life, man. When I watched Enter the Dragon, listen, me and my friends, we was at, like, I wanted to go school and karate people, fly kick people. Do you know what I mean? That's how much of an impact Enter the Dragon had on people. Like Bruce Lee, legend, absolute legend. Chuck Norris is good. See, I've watched some of Chuck Norris's films, yeah, but I'm not really a big fan of Chuck Norris, man. I don't know, man. There's certain actors. I'm just not like Steven Seagal. I just don't like Steven Seagal, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Steven Seagal, I just don't like Steven Seagal, man. Steven Seagal, yeah, I watched the movie. I forgot the name of it, but there was on a boat. I don't know, maybe you know it. But it was a Steven Seagal movie. There was on a boat. I think it's called Hostage or Takeover, whatever the movie's called, yeah. This guy, Steven Seagal, he was fighting like 1,000 guys, yeah. Imagine this, yeah. He's fighting 1,000 guys. He doesn't even get a single punch laid on him. How are you fighting 1,000 people and you just beat everybody up? Like, for me, that is just so unrealistic, yeah. It just pissed me off. Just off that film alone, I never liked him. I like those actors, yeah, those characters that, yeah, you're strong, yeah, you're the main character, but I want you to get beaten up too. Like, I want to see you get hurt too. Like, make it realistic. But Steven Seagal, like, he will go the whole movie and he'll just slap everyone up. He won't even get a scratch. For me, that is so unrealistic. Listen, I know films are fake anyway, but come on. At least make it a little bit realistic. Do you know what I mean? That is why I do not like Steven Seagal, man. He's just annoying. Absolutely annoying. Ferrari, you've got Muhammad Ali in there, 46 years old. Yep, I believe you. Muhammad Ali is there. Ferrari comes back with another one and he says, Floyd, Roy, Mike, Ali, Bud. That's a good list. That's a good list, bro. That's actually not a bad list. Floyd, Roy, Mike, Ali, and Bud. Terence Bud Crawford. Now, that's a good list. That's a good list. A lot of people now have Bud in their top 5, you know. That's very interesting. A lot of people, after that Canelo victory, a lot of people are putting Terence Bud Crawford in their top 5. I had him in my top 10, but after that victory against Canelo at the weekend, I put Bud in my top 10. Sorry, my top 5. He really impressed me. He really, really impressed me. He like, the technical ability that he showed in that fight. Listen, Bud's always been technical. He's always been good. He's always been an elite fighter, but he was just almost perfect. If he TKO'd Canelo or knocked him out, that would have been like probably performance of the century, man. Do you know what I mean? But the way he just schooled Canelo, he made Canelo give up. Canelo literally gave up. Canelo gave up. He gave up. He did not want no part of Bud. He gave up. He just felt that Bud was too strong, too technical, too fast, too skilled, too smart. Yeah, he made Canelo give up. So for me, Bud goes straight into my top 5, man. Straight into my top 5. I had to drop a few fighters, man. A couple good names, a couple big names like Mike Tyson. I grew up watching Mike Tyson. Whenever Mike Tyson was fighting, he was getting in the ring, I was scared. I was literally scared, man. I was so scared. When Mike Tyson lost against Buster Douglas, yeah, man, a lot of people couldn't sleep in my house, man. Everybody was shocked. One of my uncles couldn't eat for 2 weeks. He was a Mike Tyson fan. He could not eat for 2 weeks. Like, he couldn't eat. He was in pieces, man. We just couldn't believe Buster Douglas beat him. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, so Mike Tyson, he drops out of my top 5. I had him in there. You know, prime Mike Tyson, before going to prison and all them nonsense there, he was unstoppable. He was a wrecking ball, man. He was smashing everyone in front of him. Absolutely smashing everyone to pieces, man. Yeah, Mike Tyson was special. Mike Tyson was just a special fighter. What else was going? Don't forget, people, smash the likes, smash the likes. Smash the likes. Let's help the channel to grow. Smash the likes. What's left here? I'll go another 10 minutes, then I'm out of here. We've done an hour already, so another 10 minutes, I'm out. If you got any questions, at all, just if you got any questions, just drop them in the comments and I'll answer. It doesn't have to be boxing related. If you got any questions for me personally, if you want to know something about me, yeah, drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments and I'll give you an answer. As long as it's an appropriate question, I'll answer it. If you want to know what Enzo is about, Enzo, the realest in the game, if you want to know more about me, just let me know. Ferrari comes back with another one. Just imagine he goes back to 154 and dominates to 50 plus and all. Yeah, I'll hang it for Floyd. I've heard from Bomac. Bomac, he's the Terence Buds Crawford. That's his trainer. And he said they're going to stick around in 168. I don't think they're going back down. They're not going to go back down to 154. They're not going to go back down. I don't see him going back down. But one thing about Crawford, though, he does have to defend at least one of these undisputed titles. Has Crawford ever defended an undisputed title? I don't think so. I don't think he's ever. He didn't defend them at 147. He moved up to 154. I don't think he defended it at 140. 168. Will he defend it? Will he defend it? I got a funny feeling he might finally defend it at 168 pounds. He might defend it. I think he might stick around. But I don't think Crawford will go all the way to. I don't think he'll go all the way to 50 and all though. Because how many more does he need? 8 fights. Crawford is 38 years old. And Crawford, don't forget, Crawford is very inactive. He fights like once a year. So the next time we're going to see Bud back in the ring, we're probably looking at September 2026. So he fights once a year. So if we average that, you're looking at 8 years. It's not happening, mate. You know, it's not happening. How old is he gonna be? Like, wow, I don't know, 46 or something like that. If he carries on in this trajectory, whatever you call it, yeah, of one fight per year, and he's 38 years old, yeah, man, that's 8 years, man. It will take him 8 years to get to 50 and no, it's not happening. He's not gonna reach that. He's not gonna reach that. All right, how long we go? Okay. Ferrari back again. I just subbed, bro. Thanks for creating. When did you start your channel? That's a good question, actually. When did I start the channel? I started the channel. Well, I've always had the account. I've always had a YouTube account, Gmail account, whatever you call it. A YouTube. I think it was back in 2019, I believe. Yeah, I had it in 2019. Yeah, so I had a YouTube channel since 2019. What I was doing, I was actually, it's a funny story. It's not a funny story, but it's a good little story actually. Let me just relax a bit. Let me just relax. By the way, thanks to everyone that's still here. Thanks to everyone that's joined. Thanks to everyone that's joined. But please, guys, don't forget, smash the likes. Please smash the likes, because you're by smashing the likes, by commenting, by subscribing to the channel, you're helping the algorithm. You're helping the channel's algorithm. You're helping YouTube to push the channel, you know. I had a great comment for someone. Someone said to me, Enzo, your videos are so good. The sound is good. The quality of the video is good. The editing is good. You deserve more numbers. I don't think I deserve anything. Like, I just put in the work. My job is to just deliver the content. It's up to you guys to really help build the channel up. I'll work my ass off. Like, do you know what I mean? I'll work hard. I'll put the work in. I'll deliver the content. I'll do that's why I'm doing the live streams right now. I'm doing the live streams. I'll deliver the videos. You guys have to share the video. Share it. Share it with your friends and family. Share it on your social medias. You know, like every single video. That's how you're going to help the channel to grow. If you want to see this channel go far, you have to share, you have to like, you have to do all the above. Subscribe, you know, share it. You know, that's how you see all these big other channel YouTubers. They get big because people are sharing, they're talking about them. That's the only way. Otherwise, a lot of the channels, they just die out. I've seen so many good channels, yeah. I know I'm diverting a bit from what we're actually, you know, the topic of conversation, whatever, but I feel like this is important. You know, I'm on YouTube as well, you know, even though I create content, I watch other people's content too, yeah. The amount of channels that I see that are so much good quality, great, like great delivery and everything, yeah. But there's no likes, no enough subs, no enough sharing, and the channel just dies. And it's sad. It's sad. But then I'll watch another channel. The thumbnails is not even all that. The quality of the video is not even all that. The sound is not even all that. But the guy is getting hundreds and thousands of views. I'm like, how the hell does that happen? It makes no goddamn sense. It just makes no sense. But I don't know. They're doing something right. You know, but that's what I always tell my people and my viewers, yeah. Every time I drop a new video, share the video, like it straight away, drop the comments straight away, because then what will happen is in the first hour of the video, that's why some videos die. Within the first hour, if the subscribers of the channel are not even watching the videos, then that video dies, mate. You know, that video could die, especially in sports, especially in like people that do sports news and all that. Like, I'm doing sports news, so a lot of my videos and other boxing content creators is daily news. Like, my videos are daily news. So if I'm talking about Crawford today, tomorrow it might be another news. So the Crawford thing is dead now. So if you don't like the video, you don't watch it, that video is dead, it's done. Like, things are constantly moving and changing and evolving in sports. Every day there's new news, breaking news, and we're having to react to it. So it's not like someone who does maybe like car reviews, right? Let's say someone does like a Mercedes car review. That Mercedes car review, even a year later, someone that's looking to buy a Mercedes could still watch that video. And it will still make sense because that's the car they're looking for. But in boxing, now we're talking about Crawford being undisputed, beating Canelo. Mate, by Friday, there's something else. We're going to move on. The news just travels so quick that there's new news every single day. So it's so important. I'm sorry to go on a tantrum here and lecturing people, but I'm just giving game here because you might be subscribed to my channel and you might be watching me, and maybe you want to start your own YouTube channel. You want to start dropping content. Like, you really have to encourage your subscribers. And the thing is, yeah, I feel no shame, no guilt about this. I'm not ashamed that, I don't feel shy or anything to ask the subscribers, please like the videos, please share it, please comment. Because that is the only way, honestly, you're going to grow. That is the only way you're going to grow. I've been dropping content on YouTube consistently, as in dropping a video every single day or dropping 5-6 videos a week for a whole year now. So since July 2024 till now, I've been dropping a video, at least 5 videos a week. 5 videos a week. There was a point where I was dropping 2-3 videos a day, and I went from like 125 subscribers to what I have now. And there's been times where I'll get like a huge growth, and then there'll be times where it's just dead, like it's just static, where there's no growth at all. And then you're questioning yourself, you're thinking, yo, is this really for me? You know, because one thing is, yeah, again, I'm giving you free game, my people, yeah? Hold on, I'm just reading some comments. Yeah. I even forgot I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there'll be moments where you're doing this content thing, and you're gonna wanna give up. You're really gonna think, why am I doing this? Because sometimes you create a sick video, like you edit everything. Mate, do you know how long it takes? Yeah, sometimes I'll drop a video and it has so many footage in that video. There'll be clips in there. Yeah, there'll be so many clips in there of, mate, do you know how long it takes just to research the videos? It could take me at least sometimes, yeah, about 5 hours just to get the clips. It might even take me a day. If it's a video where I want to be very specific, especially when it comes to breaking down fights, that's why you see I'm not really into the intricates of fights, like proper. I could do that. Like, I've seen other channels where the people are actually breaking down the fights and they're talking tactics and everything like that. I could do that. If I wanted, I could really do that. Like, I have access to like professional boxing coaches. Like, I'm an amateur coach. I have access to a gym. I have access to professional coaches who've been in the game for 40 plus years, who've trained champions in England. Yeah, so I have that access, but it's just the time invested to create the videos. It takes a really long time. And then when you drop the video, you get you get like 10 views, 20 views, and you're like, mate, fuck this. This ain't for me. That's why you see a lot of people, they start their YouTube channels, they're on a hype, they really want to do it, and then they just all of a sudden stop. It's because they just got into it, they didn't see the results. And sometimes the result will come immediately. Sometimes it might take you a year. Like me, it took me like almost a year for me to see decent numbers, you know? It could take you 10 years. Some people it takes them 10 years. It just depends on what you actually want to do, you know? But luckily for me, when it comes to boxing, I'm a boxing coach anyway. I'm in the gym anyway. I'm coaching anyway. I watch boxing anyway. So boxing is just something that I enjoy anyway. So I'm not forcing it. For me, I'm not forcing it. You know, if like whatever you're gonna do, if you force it, then it's not gonna happen for you. If you're forcing nature, then maybe that's not for you. But because I'm a coach and I do boxing anyway, I love boxing. For me, it's just normal. Like right now, I'm chatting now. It feels like I'm just chatting to some of my students. You know, that's how I feel like. It's like I could talk boxing all day. I'm not saying like I'm an expert in boxing. I know I've got the boxing Bible in my head. No, I'm constantly learning. That's the thing about a lot of people as well I see online. They're trying to fake it. Don't fake it till you make it. Don't do any of that. Just be real, be authentic, be honest with people, and they'll appreciate you. Like, there's a lot of people on the channel that correct me, you know? Sometimes I'll drop a video, I'll say something like that's incorrect, and in the comments, there's people that know they're boxing and they'll correct me. They'll be like, "Yo, no, Enzo, nah, that's not what happened." And trust me, when you see those type of comments, don't be discouraged by it. If you're gonna do content, don't be discouraged by comments. Yeah, use the comments as extra motivation to improve your craft. Go back, go do your homework, study, get better at it. Get better at it. All these experts you see on YouTube that are so good at what they do, once upon a time, they were beginners also. They didn't even know what the hell they were saying. They were camera shy. They wasn't able to look at the lens and speak on the mic accurately and use big words. They had to learn as well. It's a whole process, you know? So, yeah. I want to leave it at that. Whoa, I spoke so much. Let me thank you, my people. Thank you for listening. Let me go back and try and catch up in some of those comments. But, yeah, listen, like I said, I appreciate every single subscribers on this channel. Like, for me to even reach 1,000 subscribers, mate, blood, sweat, and tears, mate. Blood, sweat, and tears, mate. To reach 1,000 subscribers, you have to sweat blood, mate. You have to put the work in. Like, I'm nearly reaching 3,000 subs. Hopefully I want to get 5,000 subs by the end of this year. If I get 5,000 subs by the end of this year, I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. But I know that I still have to put a lot of work in. There's a lot of improvement to do in terms of just everything. My boxing knowledge, my editing, you know, my social media presence, my relationship building, reaching out, working with other people. There's still a lot that I have to learn, but I'll get there. It's a process, and I'm enjoying the process. I'm not in a rush. You know, I'm not in a rush. King Master, hey Enzo, the realest in the game. What up, dude? Yo, King Master, shout out to you, bro. I'm good. I'm good. And you know me. I'm the realest in the game, man. I'm the realest in the game. I just keep it real. King Master again. Sorry, I'm a bit late to the party. I think Crawford needs to pass 50 wins. Wow. Like I said, I don't know. Obviously, yeah, you're late. Like I said at the start of the video. Not start of the video, but, you know, a few minutes ago, I said it. Terence Bud Crawford, I think he's got what? 48 fights? Let me check. How many fights has he got? Let me just... Is he 41? I'm sure he's 42 now. Let me go on his box rec. Okay, so Crawford, yeah, Crawford's got 42 fights. He needs 8 more fights to equal Floyd at 50-0, yeah? Now, Crawford fights once a year. He fights once a year. So realistically, it would take Crawford 8 years to reach 50-0. It's not going to happen. He's going to be 46 years old. It's not going to happen. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Unless he starts fighting 2 to 3 times a year, which we know he won't, he's not reaching 50-0. Yeah, he's not reaching 50-0. So we can forget that. He's just not active enough. Hence why Crawford is so fresh. Because he's hardly fighting. He hardly fights and he hardly takes any damage. He stays fresh. That's why even at 38 years old, when he got in a ring against Canelo looked like he was 45. And Crawford looked like he was 26. Because Canelo's got that wear and tear. Canelo's been in the game for 20 years. He turned professional in 2015. Canelo's nearly had 70 fights. He's had like 20 more fights than Crawford. So the wear and tear, the mileage on the clock was Canelo's downfall. Bud stays fresh. He's not active enough. So he won't reach 50-0. We can forget about that. Alex, who best boxer? Floyd, Terence. Floyd has defeated 8 boxers from the Boxing Hall of Fame. Terence has defeated only 1 boxer from the Boxing Hall of Fame, and Canelo maybe Spence. Yeah, that's what we said, bro. Alex, that's exactly what we're saying. Like when I first started the video, if you go back at the start, I did say, in terms of accomplishments, the body of work, hands down, Floyd. Floyd's fought, like you said, about 8 Hall of Famers, 8 world champions. Floyd fought. You know, the best fighters on Terence Crawford's resume, we're looking at, like you said, Spence and Canelo. And both fighters, there's some question marks on it from some quarters. Some people say that when Crawford fought Spence, it wasn't the same Spence because Spence was involved in a car crash. So people are saying that wasn't really the Spence of old. And against Canelo, I can already hear the little whisperings that, yo, Canelo's too old. Like, Canelo's washed. Canelo's past his best. Canelo's got wear and tear. So they're already trying to take the glory off Crawford. I don't do that. I'm not the type of person that will do something like that. I will mention it because those are facts. Wear and tear did play a part in that fight with Canelo. That's a fact because he's been a pro for 20 years. He's nearly got 70 fights. He's been in there with some wars with Golovkin. He's been in some wars. Bivol. He's been in some wars, some tough fights. So it's what we're saying is just facts. You know, but I'm not going to take anything away from Crawford. He still had to go in there and beat these guys. Because even with the wear and tear and the decline of Canelo in terms of his performance in the ring, I reckon Canelo still smokes everyone else at 168 pounds. He still beats all of them. It's just that Crawford is special. He's a special fighter. King Master, gave him some bum fighters. Nah, it's not happening. King Master again. Enzo, try and tag links to all your major channels to get more views. I don't know, man. Do links work? I don't know. The thing is, yeah, this YouTube thing, I think there's no need to complicate it. That's how I look at it. I think there's no need to complicate it. I think as long as you're authentic, man, as long as you just keep it honest, you're real to yourself, as long as you deliver the quality as well, you know, if you know what you're talking about, if you do your homework, you don't come on here, you know, chatting bullshit, none of that, trying to bullshit people, trying to pull the wool off people's eyes, whatever, over people's eyes or whatever. You keep it real, you get somewhere. And if you put the work in, at the end of the day, yeah, nothing beats hard work. You know, like they say, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, man. If you're consistent and you put in the work, you do your homework, your channel will grow. You have to be in it for the long term. One mistake that people do, yeah, something that I don't do, there's too much comparison. People like to compare themselves to others. You know, for example, there's some people look at Adoladipo, right? They'll look at Adoladipo, they'll look at Adoladipo's success, and they want to emulate that, but they want to do it the easy way, the quick way. You can't do it the quick way because even Adoladipo himself, he followed the process, man. How old is Adoladipo now? He's 44 years old. Yeah, he's been in the game about 10 years. He started his YouTube channel. He's been through trials and tribulations. He's been through madness. What you're seeing from someone like Adoladipo and other YouTubers that are on that level right now, they went through madness to get there. They've put the work in for years. So when you're looking at their numbers, when you're looking at their achievements, that's after they've already been where you are now. They've already put the work in. They've already put crazy work in. So you're just seeing, what you're seeing from them guys is the end result. This is like, that's them like reaping the rewards of their labor. Do you know what I mean? Of their hard work. So you can't look at those big channels and think, yo, I want to be like them. Nah, you just have to try and be like you. Be yourself, man. Do you know what I mean? Just be yourself, man. Your time will come. Trust me. Your time will come. My time will come. My time will come. That's what I'm saying. I'm enjoying the process. I'm not going to rush it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then it just wasn't meant to be, man. You know, at least I gave it a try. One thing about me, I don't live my life with regrets. If I need to do something, I'm going to do it. If it doesn't work out, then so be it. It doesn't work out. The most important thing for me is I've done it. I attempted it. I don't like ideas sitting in my head and I don't do nothing about it. If I got an idea, I'm doing it. I have to try. I have to attempt it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then so be it. You know, if my YouTube channel, if I don't get 100,000 whatever subs, then so be it. Was it meant to be? But at least I gave it a try. When I'm old and I'm in a retirement home, I can comfortably sit down on my armchair, whatever, you know, swinging, and I can say, yo, you know, I gave everything, man. I gave everything. I gave everything I had, and it just wasn't good enough. You know, I have that boxer mentality. I have that combat sports person mentality because I'm a fighter. You know what I mean? I've always been. I haven't fought at an elite level like these other guys. Like, I'm not gonna claim that. I fought at a very, 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 very low level. But one thing that combat sport has taught me, because I train, you know, I train boxing, you know, I train MMA. One thing he's taught me is never give up. Is to stay disciplined. Is to stay hungry. Is to always turn up. Or like sometimes I might be tired. I don't want to go to the gym. I'll just go, man. I'll just force myself to go to the gym. You know, forget motivation. It's discipline, man. You need that discipline, and it's the same with in any other aspects of life. Whatever you're trying to do, whether you're trying to get a job, whether you want to be successful on YouTube, you need that discipline, you know? You need that discipline and stop looking at the numbers, man. Some people look at the videos, they only got 10 views. Mate, I appreciate the 10 people that took their time out to watch your video, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, right now on this stream, I think like there's been about 10 to 12, 15 people. Then sometimes there's only 5 people, then it's 6 people. Then like it's just fluctuating, yeah? At the end of the day, I don't really care about all that. Even if there's one person on the stream, I'm still gonna do the stream. Even if there's one person on the stream, I'm still gonna do the goddamn stream, because you know what? That person, that one person is taking their time out of their life, whatever. They could be doing something else, man. They could be chilling with their girlfriend, boyfriend, family. They could be watching Netflix. They could be doing whatever else. But they're taking their time to watch your content. You have to appreciate. You have to turn up for that one person. You know? That's my message. That's my mentality. That is my mentality. Even if there's one person watching me, I'm turning up, man. It's the same mentality I have when I go gym, when I'm training. I'm going gym, I'm going train, man. Sometimes I get lazy, but I'm still going gym. Even if I go for 30, 40 minutes, I'm going to the gym. You know, I'm going to the gym. Okay, 5 more minutes. I want to read out the last ones. 5 more minutes. You got 5 minutes. Get your last comments. I'm going to read the last few comments and then we're going to call it a night. Because here in the UK, I'm in England, is 1 a.m. I don't know where you are. You might be daytime or whatever, but it's 1 a.m. in England. Ferreira, my bro-in-law is from Nigerian. I just sent him your link. I hope you keep going. Yeah, Ferreira, appreciate that, my bro. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing the link. I really appreciate that. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about people sharing the links. You know, you might have someone in your family, a friend or colleague, whatever. They might enjoy boxing content. You might share the link and they might like and they might subscribe. They might watch me. They might not like my hair, you know. They might not like the way my forehead looks, whatever. People have their own reasons for liking people, man. They might not like the way I sound or whatever. But the most important thing is you played your part in building my channel, in helping to build my channel, you know, taking it to another level. You share the link and I really appreciate and I respect you for that. Thank you so much, my brother. King Master, what do you use to make your content, Enzo? What do you mean? You need to be more specific. You need to be more specific. What do you mean? What do I use? What do you mean? What do I use? What software? What camera? There's, man, it's a big list. You know, you need to be more specific. What do you wanna know? What software do I use to edit the videos? What camera do I use to film? What laptop do I use to what is it? What mic? I need to know more. What lighting do I use? You need to be more specific, brother. King Master, I want to start a channel in boxing. How do I start, Enzo? Listen, the way you start out, you know, it doesn't take much. It doesn't cost much, but you just have to be willing, you know? You just have to be willing to start. What you do, if you don't have the equipment yet, if you don't have the equipment yet, just use your phone. Use this. Look, let me show you. Use this. Use one of these. Use one of these. Your iPhone, whatever, Samsung, whatever. Use one of these. Just film. Start filming yourself. Film it. You know, just film it. Film and talk your shit, man. You know what I mean? Speak your mind. Be real, man. You know what I mean? Don't be fake. Don't watch another channel and then try and say what they said. You know? Speak your mind. Say what's in your heart, man. Say that. Start like, how about that? Start like that. Get the channel. Start the channel. Yeah, create the channel on YouTube and then start recording. Start putting it out there. Don't worry about fancy thumbnails. Don't worry about fancy editing. Don't worry about fancy mics. Listen, as long as the people can understand your message, as long as you can effectively communicate your message to the people, that is enough to begin with. That is enough. You don't need to blow your budget out of the water. None of that, yeah? You just have to have the willingness to do it. And also, obviously, you have the discipline to post every flipping couple, you know, not every day, but at least a couple times a week. If you want to grow, the only way to grow is for you to post consistently. I know people that are so knowledgeable in boxing, in sports. They have channels, but they don't post. They're too lazy, and they expect their channels to grow. It's not going to happen, mate. There's people that have very limited knowledge, yeah, yet because of their hard work and consistency, they make it way further than people with the knowledge. Nah, none of that. Okay. Alex. Usyk resume beat maybe 3 fighters from the Boxing Hall of Fame. Fury, Joshua, Bradis. Yep. I agree with that. Usyk is up there. Usyk is up there, man. I think this is gonna be the last one from Ferrari. Word, we can grow our relationship talking about your content. You're welcome. I'm out though, too. Yeah, brothers, sisters, friends, family, whoever was on this live today, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the live. Yeah, I just want to really to talk about Terence Crawford and Floyd Money Mayweather, who's the greatest, you know, who's got the best, whatever accomplishments. I think we established it today when we spoke about it. In terms of the resumes, Floyd is way more accomplished than Bud. In terms of, like, he fought 8 world champions, 8 more Hall of Famers than Bud, 50-0 and all that. Bud, undisputed 3 weight classes. No male fighter has ever done that. The only fighter that's done that's Clarissa Shields, and she's a female. So in terms of male fighters, Bud is out there all on his own, you know, and I don't see anyone emulating that anytime soon. Not the crop of fighters that we have right now. So well done to Bud, top guys. I want to leave it down, my people. I'm going to leave it down, man. Thank you so much to everyone who participated. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be doing a live every Tuesday from 11 p.m. I'm going to try and make it a little bit early. We'll do it from 11 p.m. to 12, do an hour max. I'm going to do a live on Tuesday, 11 p.m., Thursday, 10 p.m. Yeah, so we'll do a live stream twice a week. On a Tuesday, 11 p.m., because I have to go gym and do other stuff. And then on a Thursday, 10 p.m. Yeah, so we have a bit more time. We don't always have to talk about boxing, though. We can talk about, obviously, it doesn't have to be boxing. We can talk about MMA. We can talk about soccer, football, rugby, tennis. I'm a sports person, man. There's so much knowledge. I have so much knowledge in other areas, man. Not just boxing. So why should we limit ourselves to boxing only? We can talk about various subjects, various sports. I welcome it. And we can talk about other stuff, growing channels, building relationships, whatever, man. You know, if you want to get a job, how do you get a job? You know, because I'm a business executive. So if you want to talk business, we can just do this. Is a channel, you know, we can talk sports on a live stream. We can talk about anything, you know. So what you do is when I'll drop a link, probably in the morning, couple hours before we go live, and on that link, on the post, community post, you can then drop down questions or whatever, or have your questions ready. So when we do the live stream, you can ask me whatever question you want. Yeah, but it's been fun. This is my first live stream in a very long time in terms of like just staying up this late, having a chat with people. I really appreciate that, my people. Thank you so much for everyone who stayed up, or you're just waking up in the morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for coming along and listening to me blub, talk a lot of nonsense for an hour and a half. I really appreciate that. But yeah, my people, I'll see you soon on the next one. Stay safe. I'll be back, man. Don't forget, like I said, smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and share the links as well. Help the channel to grow. I really appreciate it. Thank you, my people. Catch you on the next one. Peace.